Hello guys, I'm Dean Edwards and welcome back to Proper Food. Now if you love desserts, then I've got a treat for you today. Here's my Caramel Apple Tarte Tatin. To start the tatin, we're going to need to make a caramel. So here, I've got 170 grams of golden caster sugar. So just sprinkle that into the pan. And then along with that, I'm going to add in 30 ml of water just to get that caramel going. So give that a little stir. And then let that just boil away. We want to try and get a bit of colour on that sugar. The sugar has taken on a beautiful golden colour now, so it's time to add in 80 grams of unsalted butter. Let that melt down, create a beautiful caramel. And now it's time for the apples. So here I've got some Braeburns. Now I love these. Just use a peeler just to take the skin off. So just follow the shape of the apple as you go round. Take that top bit off. Then you want to cut it in half. And now these little bits here, what I like to do is just take my knife, just take that little core out, just like that. And then get yourself a melon baller and just take out the central core of the apple and then repeat until you've done them all. What I like to do then is just grab a little star anise and pop that into the cavity of the apple. That's going to flavour the caramel. What we need to do now is pop the apples cut side down into the caramel, making sure they're nice and snug. And then we want to cook these gently for around 10 minutes, just to soften up the apples and to get that caramel beautiful and dark. So whilst the apples are cooling down, we need to work on a pastry. So here, I've got a sheet of puff pastry, ready rolled, because let's be honest, no one makes their own puff pastry. And then you need to get yourself a plate or bowl around a similar size to the pan. So pop that on top of your pastry, cut round, just pop that to one side. And then what we're left with is a disc of pastry that will fit over the top of our tatin. Take your pastry and lie that over the top of the apples, and then just tuck it in down the sides, making sure you get it right the way in there. You can use a bit of a spoon just to make sure you get it down in there. Another important step will be just to prick a hole in the top of the pastry, just to make sure any steam can escape once it goes in the oven. Now this is going to go into a preheated oven, set at 200, gas mark 6, for around 30 to 35 minutes, just until that pastry is beautiful and golden. Now would you just check that out? We need to leave this just to stand for a minute or so, and then grab yourself a plate which is actually bigger than the pan. You pop it on top, flip it over, and then we are ready for the big reveal. And here we go. Oh my gosh. Will you take a look at that? For me, this is a family sharing dessert. You bring this to the table, dollop of ice cream or clot of cream on the top, everyone dives in, and I'll tell you what, your family and friends are gonna love it. So, If you want this recipe, it's down in the description. And as always, please, 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 please hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment, like the video so it gets shared far and wide. That is my Caramel Apple Tarte Tatin. One thing for it, let's just dive in, get some of that. Can you listen to this? No words. That is so good. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next week for some more proper food.